Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day. Shout out to Casper. You are now the first official member of the crew. I do have some member-only videos coming up for you, so hope you enjoy them. Tonight we got a Rush Hour Bartender, a Swifty Sword Spinner, and other creepy videos from all around the world. So kick back, grab a snacks, and let's go. Well, at least you're able to board carrying a bucket of semi-gloss. You make a baby caked up, but the most important thing is that you found someone who truly loves you.
I am made whole today upon your angelic face.
Why you in my reality? My hair closed the door, even though my heart just won't leave.
If people want to know what specifically those numbers represent, 111 stands for something, 22 stands for something else, I haven't bothered to memorize it, you know. What interests me is, well, that you become conscious that it's happening to you. Oh, the universe is giving you a little nudge. You're becoming aware of something you weren't aware of, so that's a good sign. You get little nudges from the universe telling you that, oh, you're on the right track. Just say thank you when you see it, and think about what were you thinking when you became aware of those numbers? Because that has a significance apparently too. Were you thinking about something negative? Were you thinking about something problematical? Try to think of what was going through your head at the time that you became conscious of seeing 111 or 444 or whatever. Or you look on a bill and you see certain number sequences. Or you look on a license plate.
I started looking for books before the 1920s, and I found tons and tons of books on the ether being in the book. And I'm talking about the ether in every single book. But then, after the Rockefellers controlled the education system, because that's what they also control, that started to get weeded out. They started to remove all the stuff about the ether, because what happens is it makes your mind connect to something deeper. The fifth element, the spirit, chi, prana, life force, orgone. And as that was removed, you remove the spirit from the people. Because now it's all woo-woo. You know, everybody, when they talk about this topic, they're like, oh, the ether, it was debunked. It was debunked by bankers and oil tycoons because they own the education system since 1885. The ether debunking experiment took place in 1887, and they bought the education system in 1885 with the Peabodys and J.P. Morgan. So you see how everything has been flipped on us, and why when we're learning about these things, the traditional person will tell you, this doesn't exist. You know, these things don't exist.
Now that's how you work a happy hour, except the guy in the back was a little bit too happy. I'm glad you finally found something you enjoy and good at, but everybody had to start somewhere.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's Rodman. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's knockin'. I'm not the same. Thinking money made me change.
So most people know Carl Jung, but did you know that in 1913 he started having terrifying visions of an incoming apocalypse? He documented his dreams, and in one of them he talked about a cold wave that was descending over Europe. It froze everything, and it was followed by rivers of blood and destruction. He interpreted these dreams initially as a personal breakdown, but World War I broke out 2 short months afterwards. He later theorized that what he was tapping into was the collective unconscious, a kind of ancestral or species-wide dream memory. This is not rare. Before 9/11, there were thousands of people who came forward with dreams of the Twin Towers falling. Researchers looked into spikes of random deviations prior to the attacks. What they found was a notable shift that suggests a collective subconscious knowing. What's super cool is you can go to any indigenous practice. I dare you to go find one that doesn't talk about dreaming as a spiritual gift and a way to tap into higher states of consciousness. There's a really interesting book that a friend recommended called Don Juan and the Art of Sexual Energy. It's all about how that energy is your creative energy, how you can tap into higher states, that you can get answers to things through dreams and other mechanisms. But one of the things that they constantly talk about in the book is how white culture specifically has lost the ability to dream, and how indigenous practices, these first peoples, they teach their children how to dream because it is a superpower. And I know there's people that are watching this that have that spiritual ability. So if it's you, tell me about it. I want to hear about it. I don't get much of my knowledge from dreams, but I wish I did. I wish I did because it sounds freaking cool.
Yo, I can't be the only one that have noticed how low these clouds have been as of late, y'all. What in the world is going on here? This is in Atlanta, Georgia, y'all. This is the airport. We already know Atlanta has a bad rep for weather. Do you guys see what's going on in this picture over here? This cloud is literally touching the ground. And to me, it looks like the head of some type of mythological creature, if you know what I'm talking about. And just that eerie glow coming out of it too. Y'all see that? The eerie glow. Here we go. Here's another part of this, y'all. Let's see again what is going on here. This cloud, I don't know if it's forming a tornado, because look at the funnel, right? But this thing is literally touching the ground. Look how low these clouds are. I feel like I gotta duck myself so y'all can see what is going on. We have definitely entered a new part of Earth, because I truly believe that's why all these Mandela effects have been happening, because we've never seen things like this when we were young, y'all. These dark banded rainbows, the clouds being so low to the ground that y'all could touch them, bro. Even the stars, you can clearly see the stars at night now, y'all. Purple rain as well as blue and purple skies. See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. We've entered a new realm because, I mean, we don't really go anywhere. Everything happens here. You know, you know what I'm saying? You guys should already know we have a dome over our head. Everything happens here, so it's got to happen outside of us. And God is just showing us what she does best, which is cleansing the world right now, y'all. We are entering a new realm. But yes, y'all, the is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to...
Your fighting style is truly impressive. While I do admire you keeping this 1,000-year-old tradition alive, there's a reason people don't fight with swords anymore.
Whenever the people need a hero, we shall supply him. Said by Albert Pike, 33-degree Freemason. Whenever the people need a hero, we shall supply him. If you don't know who this is Javier Milei, the Argentinian president. And well, he's a prominent figure in Argentinian politics, often described as a hero. And well, I couldn't help but notice that he looked like someone. And someone even sent me that, don't you think he looks an awful lot like Robin Williams? And I did. But that's too easy. I see the man behind the man, behind the man. And here, I literally think they made a mask to look like him, to put on him, to cover the real face. New movies, and that's what they do. They cover their butts by making you think that he's too busy doing other things to jump into a role they don't want you to know about. A role that I think you'll see pretty clearly by the time I'm done with this video. A role that not only Jason's involved with, but Jason's wife. Let me show you Javier's girlfriend right here, but we'll get a closer look. Oh, but before we get there, sorry, cracking up because I just saw this. Javier is a chainsaw-wielding populist. They think they're pretty smart, but not smarter than this guy. As soon as I saw that chainsaw comment, I knew it would apply to Jason Bateman. Have you ever seen this movie, American Psycho, with Christian Bale? Do you remember what his name is in the movie? Patrick Bateman. They always give you clues, you just gotta be paying attention. Now, back to his little girlfriend here. Her name is Fatima. And boy, aren't they a cute couple? They kind of remind me of this couple. But wait, you'll see it. They kind of really remind me of this couple. Look at that nose. Look at that angle of that nose. You see, oftentimes they take their spouse with them because they're going to play this role for a longer period of time. So they don't want to leave their loved ones at home, so they join in on the fun. Just like Eva Braun did. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, that I'm not going to say any more about, you got to go subscribe to hear that, because I'm not going to take any more heat.
Pero yo nunca había visto unos tenis así.
Que son duros, se llaman 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿 diablo, pero qué maldito.
I don't know about you guys, but I counted 8 toes. I don't think he's in the Olympics, but God must have blessed you with extra 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐷 cutters for a reason.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We wrote a song about pretty much everything that we did. Right. And we stopped playing the Ouija board because, like, we was sitting on a bunk bed and 𝐬𝐭 was asking who was going to die first in his family. And he was like, when he found out it was somebody that he didn't want, so he threw the Ouija board, and then they picked it back up, and then bed started falling down. So a whole bunch of stuff started happening.
So real
right, I ain't with that no more. So,
right.
You know, we learned our lesson hands-on. And then when 𝐸_E, he was like, y'all got to do that song, man. I like that Ouija song y'all did, man. And then he started talking backwards. And then after he passed, here comes the marketing and the promotional train, and here comes the company.
Right.
You know what we need to do? Let's make some money off of it. So they put that mysterious back in the days when, you know, CD covers and reading CD covers was the thing to do. So, you know, that it just, and it manifested from there. And it, you know, I think it was a whole lot of.
Was it? That's the bike. Yeah, there's a bike on it. There's nobody there. Here you go. Like drive. Yo, that's creepy.
There's 2 photos here, and the first one looks normal. I'll show that to y'all. If you want to go ahead and show Chris the normal one, Maddie.
Okay.
Just a normal photo.
Kids in a kitchen.
Nothing's happening. Everything's just chill. Definitely no entities. Right? No entities in that. If you scroll down.
Oh.
We have this crazy stuff. There should be a zoomed in. Is there a zoomed in photo?
That's so creepy.
That's some ring stuff going on right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like you can see the hair.
Smile.
Right.
Right? It's smiling. And it's hair.
It's like.
And it even like, yeah.
You can see
long black hair.
The fact that she's covering her ear, like she does not look happy.
No,
she's the only one in there that's not having a good time and looking directly at the camera.
Right.
Maybe she's hoping the camera's capturing whatever's talking to her.
Maybe. I would say like that in like the demon that was like in the boxing ring.
Yeah, that's what it gives.
It does give
gives
that.
demon in the boxing ring.
I never saw this coming. Looks like Elon got bored again and made a Neuralink mobility scooter. It may have some speed on it, but you may want to get an oil change and a tune-up before you hit the streets.
Let's race.
Hey, you gone, homie. I got this. This is done. You about to lose your car, man.
Technology's been on the rise, like oh, they're back. It's digital wildlife. It's digital surveillance. Yeah, look at this. So this is as dumb as the drones, but people one day are going to start believing, yeah, those are real birds. Birds always look like that.
Are you talking about like new modern zoos? Like this is birds, but presumably they have lions and hippos and giraffes.
But this isn't even a zoo. This is just in the local town centra. So in their centra, their town centra, it's they have birds, but not real birds. It's these
digital birds,
Chinese materials.
Well, you know, when I saw that, immediately I started visualizing the future. This is going to be the new zoos, and it can be quasi-interactive. It doesn't have to be high quality. Then eventually, by the third, fourth, fifth generation, I'm like, this is just what zoos are.
This is where I live. This right here is the Appalachian Mountains. Let me show you why we stay out of the woods. This was caught on my parents' neighbor's trail cam that is set up over their deer feeder. And that's what you see, deer feeder, deer running away. But this, Josh, this is why you got those comments. What is that? Anybody want to tell me what that is? Let me zoom in for you. So yeah, that is why we stay out of the woods. That is why we do not go wandering around the woods at night alone. That is why we keep walking if we are out alone and something says our name. That right there is why we stay out of the Appalachian Mountains. I hope that helps, and sorry for the nightmares.
Now we need Justin Bieber to say ''King'' so that we know he isn't actually a shapeshifter, because this latest report out of Australia, of all places, claims that like 100 people saw him at an airport. It's always an airport with these shapeshifters. They saw him turn into a lizard person, basically. There was like 100 people, and it was in the news.
The Australian news site Perth Now allegedly released a report claiming hundreds of fans saw JB shapeshift into a giant lizard at Perth Airport. The alleged report even had quotes from people like a local skater who claimed bodyguards tried to cover JB mid-transformation and threatened to kick people's teeth in if they didn't put their phones.
As for my opinion on all of this, I think that we really need to make this word ''King'' more mainstream so that people know about it throughout the whole country, so that when we do come across somebody who is acting out of the ordinary, we ask them to say this word, and if they don't say it correctly, if they start like grumbling when they say it, it means that they are likely a reptilian shapeshifter. So if more people knew about this, we could get the word around and have people actually say the words so that we know that they're human and don't just...
I don't know what you did to deserve this kind of karma. It looks like me you need to turn in your Good Samaritan credits for a little bit of good luck.
Jesus, this is your humble servant, Lord. There's clearly been a miscommunication, Jesus.
Credit karma. Give yourself some credit.
Disappear.
You want to know what happens when you vape? It doesn't stay a vapor. It condenses back down to its liquid form, which is this disgusting oily substance, which then coats your lungs on the inside and out. And after a little while of that and getting enough coats of it, then you get these awful, disgusting pustules all over your lungs. Ask me how I know. Ask me. I work in surgery, and so I can tell you firsthand what a vapor's lungs look like. And until you can pull out your lung and show it to me, you can't argue with that. We can open up somebody's chest cavity and immediately be able to tell if they are somebody that vapes. And this is just a couple years, just after vaping for just a couple years. We are seeing younger and younger patients that are coming in to have lung surgery, pieces of their lung removed because of vaping. People are like, oh my God, it's such a healthier alternative to smoking. The actual it is. It's dangerous.
Well, Bob, you got the colors down, but I think you might be a little too tall for a test drive. Once you get a convertible, you can teach your wife how to skate and bring her with you.
FLOAT, I flow. Been through the mud, I just brush it on my toes. We could book a flight or we can drive down the coast. Let's go. Any questions? Let's go.
First coat on this rubber hand. As you can see from my hand, it's quite larger. What this represents is the size of Adam's hand, an antediluvian, first man, pre-flood giant. And we look forward to being able to, with this handle right here, to hold on to it and have people be able to shake the hand of Adam.
You remember the project Hand of Adam. Yeah, a life-size hand of Adam. See how it differs from mine? And we were going to paint it, and we did. So here is a lifelike hand of Adam. Let's go shake hands with our first person, my wife, Kristen. Hey, Kristen, would you like to shake the hand of Adam?
Oh, goodness. How about I grab one of his fingers?
What'd you think of shaking the hand of Adam?
It's a lot bigger than I thought.
What exactly do you have in your hand, and what are you going to be showing us?
If you want to know how big Goliath, or maybe Adam and Eve were, let me show you. Okay.
Okay, the majority of the people in the world believe the mainstream narrative that this is literally just frozen rocket fuel. SpaceX rocket farts. That's what the world thinks this is. Now, it's okay to believe the mainstream narrative, but I don't. You see, this phenomenon was literally captured all around the world, mainly Europe, but it was captured all around the world. Personally, I don't believe that blue swirl in the sky is a space fart. I personally think there is a connection between these space farts and the new discovery under the pyramids of Giza. Now, we all know that the Pyramid of Giza isn't actually for a dead emperor. There is nothing in this pyramid other than dark tunnels. There's no beautiful hieroglyphics and gold and tombs. It's just literally a huge battery. I mean, the materials that the pyramids of Giza were made out of are literally the same materials that we use to generate electricity today. Forget your SpaceX rocket farts. I think there's more to it than the mainstream narrative tells us. This was just for entertainment, and I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
I'm bored. I want to see how many faces I can make and different noises I can make in 30 seconds. Ready? Go. God dang shit.
Well, I guess everybody gotta have a hobby. I don't know what it'd be useful for, but if you ever see me make one of these faces, it can't be a good thing.
For a taco place that's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Which one of you is going to tell me that the quantum internet is a thing or going to be a thing? The quantum internet is, well, the internet with quantum attached to it. It would connect quantum computers and allow them to transfer data and communicate in a more advanced and dense manner. The normal internet sends data through binary code, zeros and ones, while the quantum internet would send data through qubits and being able to exist in multiple states at once. There's actually an entire European organization devoted to making this a reality, and it's called the Quantum Internet Alliance, or QIA. They are a community of institutions and people devoted to allowing quantum communication between any 2 points on Earth. And also, there's already been a prototype that ran for 15 days straight, hands-free. The quantum internet is not going to replace the normal internet. It would just be added infrastructure to what's already there. It would be used for things like banks and governments because it's apparently unhackable, and it would also be used to upgrade the sensitivity on certain things like GPS, medical imaging devices, and seismographs, as well as opening the world for potential things like quantum machine learning, cloud services, and simulations. With Majorana already out and a prototype quantum network already completed, this feels more like a when rather than an if, which is pretty exciting.
Well, at least you did your good deed for the day keeping the city clean. I'm sorry that had to happen to you, but good luck giving the police a description of the suspect.
They don't like how reality always seems to work in your favor. You've undergone a process where you're able to create reality because you understand how to work with your frequency to manifest things into this physical realm. And to the average person who has not tapped into their spiritual abilities, to them it looks like everything just goes your way no matter what. The reason why you are such a master manifester is because you've awakened the energies of your first eye and accessed the portal between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. You understand in order to create your reality, you must think and do in order to manifest your being or who you were meant to be. You no longer act on impulse and are connected to your subconscious mind, which works with your intuitive abilities to tap into the spiritual realm to be aware of what is going on in higher realms. And higher realms are simply the realms within your mind that allow you to think in a higher level and not exist within your lower self. And people become envious of this ability because they see that you do not exist within the vanities of spirituality and are actually able to manifest things into this physical realm.
You might want to delete your 23andMe data if you still can. If you did know already, 23andMe is filing for bankruptcy. So here's what that means for every single person's data that's associated with 23andMe. The privacy statement of 23andMe is the most important part that everybody needs to be aware of, because it clearly states if we are involved in a bankruptcy, merger, acquisition, reorganization, or sale of assets, your personal information may be accessed, sold, or transferred as part of that transaction. So even though it hasn't been scientifically proven, think about it this way. And no, they don't sequence your entire genome, but let's be realistic here for 1 second, okay? You still provided a sample of your DNA. So just think of the hypothetical possibilities of another you existing. How would anybody really know? And then think about DNA synthetic evidence. Think about crime scenes as well, right? I'm leaving you a whole bunch of clues so you can easily connect the dots here. I'm sure you see where I'm going. Let's just say that you didn't commit a crime, but your background is very controversial. Imagine you have a long history of going up against the government, right? Well, what would be a possible method of putting a halt to your actions? You feel me? Or think about your specific genetic vulnerabilities. You just think that they could easily be identified? How would one be able to theoretically turn your DNA against you? Now think about bioweapons for 1 second, right? I mean, I'm down for a zombie apocalypse. I don't know about you. I'm just saying, think outside the box here. I can't tell you how I really feel because this video will probably be taken down and my account will probably be banned for the 7th time.
That actually looks kind of fun. All she's missing is some Soulseeds and some goggles. The neighbors might think you're crazy, but at least you got them out for some exercise.
Next week on my 700-pound dog life.
I don't know what to do. He even ate 2 of your cameramen. You saw it.
Just what is the Wall-E conspiracy? Does this adorable movie contain a shocking secret about mankind's untold past? This secret was in front of everybody's noses the entire time, but I've never seen anybody mention it. At the end of the movie, after the Axiom lands back on Earth, we're treated to an end credit scene with a lovely song by Peter Gabriel. And during these scenes, it shows humanity rebuilding civilization. Or does it? They're not rebuilding civilization. They're going through the eras of history leading up to the modern age. From cave paintings and discovering fire, to the Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, to the Renaissance and modern industrial era with Monet and Van Gogh. So is Pixar part of the Illuminati hinting at secret human origins? Were the real alien gods in Anunnaki just a bunch of fatty boombalatties who waddled off a spaceship? Were the ancient ruins of Tartaria really just a giant Costco? No, of course not. That's stupid, but this is social media and you all love made-up shit, and I can make shit up too. This makes just as much sense as all the other goofy Anunnaki shit floating around out there, and if history teaches us anything, we know that the algorithm will push the hell out of it. So go ahead and spread this around like wildfire, give it 1 million views and likes, and always remember, don't take anything you see on these apps serious.
I don't remember Myers-Briggs being this intense. I don't know what kind of freaky people sign up to get spanked during the lunch and learn, but I wouldn't want to be the one to tell her she's no longer needed.
Here, you don't do the work, you don't get to stay.
I've been working. That's all I've been doing. Ask Mr. Masri, he knows.
You asked Mr. Masri, he fired.
Alright guys, those were creepy TikToks I found on my FYP. If you'd like to go ahead and hit that like button for me, make sure to comment on your favorite clips and join the Space Crew, because we rocking.